The Chicago Bulls, after their loss against the Oklahoma City Thunder, decided that they were going to have a players-only meeting in what Billy Donovan described as a heated conversation. I'm going to let y'all know I'm not concerned right now. But before I talk about it, you got to hear the music first.
Cognac, gang.
Shy Boys Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding it down on another episode of Shy Boys Podcast for me and my co-host C-Dub. If you like what you're listening to today, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so every time we drop, you'll be one of the first ones to know. Now we know that the Chicago Bulls last night, they lost 124-104 versus the Oklahoma City Thunder, to where the Bulls, they competed for most of the game. And then in that third quarter, kind of like the second half of that third quarter, on over for the rest of the game, they let it all go bad and it went south and it got ugly to the point to where we see Nikola Vucevic or receive tweets from KC Johnson, who's the Bulls beat writer, go ahead and tweet that Billy Donovan and Nikola Vucevic was having a heated conversation on the sideline. The Chicago Bulls go and lose. They go to the locker room. The players are in there. Billy Donovan enters and pretty much came back out and said, hey, that the guys were having a heated conversation. And Billy Donovan went in there, asked if they needed some space. The players said yes, they needed some space, and they continued on. Then you got guys that came out and said, like Nikola Vucevic said, a lot of guys said a lot of good things that needed to be said. I think we can really use this to learn and change some things that we need to change. It wasn't anything crazy, no fighting or none of that. It was really constructive. Shout out to Vooch for that. So just to go ahead and talk about a few things when it comes to this, I'm not going to say I'm concerned right now, but I will say I'm keeping my eyes on this. This is game 1 of 82 games in the NBA season. You got 81 games left, and we already having players meeting after the first game. Look, the reason I'm not concerned right now is because this can be something constructive, as Nikola Vucevic pointed out. It can be something that you can use as a motivational tool to say, hey, we need to play this brand of basketball so we can be better. Hey, Nikola Vucevic, me right here, I am open on some of these plays, and please stop giving me the ball in certain areas that don't help the team. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of the actions to where if Nikola Vucevic is getting the ball at the top of the elbow when he could have been getting it down low and could have been abusing Chet Holmgren. Nikola Vucevic literally had to back down one of the Oklahoma City Thunder players damn near from the three-point line just to have an opportunity to have a shot at the basket. Then there were some occasions to where he had to pass out of that to other guys. It could be positional. It could be some of the players not getting them in the correct spots, or they not making the entry passes, or refusing to make it an entry pass down low. It's a number of things. But specifically on this topic of the players meeting, right now I'm not concerned. I'm just going to keep my eyes on it because it can boil over. Simply because the reason I'm looking at it is because the exchange on the bench is something we have not seen very often within the last few years from the Chicago Bulls. We've seen frustrated players, we've seen frustrated coaches, but a back and forth between a player and a coach, to the fact that Billy Donovan walked up to Nikola Vucevic and got in his face, probably, not too much in his face, but stood in front of him and they had their words. You know what I'm saying? So I will be monitoring that. And then the whole thing about a players meeting, I think some people might take it way out of hand. I'm not going to take it way out of hand. Hey, they can come together and, sit down after one game and say, hey, this is what we need to do moving forward. Now, it becomes a problem and becomes more concerning if everyone is not on the same damn page. If everyone is not on the same damn page, you will have problems. If this continues, you will have problems. We went the entire offseason hearing the Chicago Bulls say they want to run more offense through Nikola Vucevic. They want to change their shooting profile. They want more guys to, do different things to be able to contribute to this team. Hey, if we holding the players accountable, let's hold this coach accountable too, because some of those rotations absolutely make no fucking sense whatsoever out there, to the point to where we scratching our head for no damn reason, because we know this is the head coach that coaches the Chicago Bulls. It's really that simple. You know what I'm saying? It's really that simple. And shout out to Vooch, you know what I'm saying, for going out and saying, hey, it was good conversation, woo. But then in my head, I'm saying, what are you supposed to say? Was he supposed to go out there and say, yeah, everything's bad right now in game one? Absolutely not. That's why I'm going to keep my eyes on it. Another reason I'm going to keep my eyes on it is because Zach LaVine came out and said the team did not play with enough heart, and that's unacceptable. How the hell y'all not playing with no heart in game one? In game one, to where Nikola Vucevic came out and pretty much said this could be our last dance. That's another reason I'm watching this situation and starting to raise concern. I'm not concerned yet, but I am watching the situation so we can understand this in its totality of what the hell the Chicago Bulls plan on doing this season. It's that simple. What do we plan on doing this season? Who do we plan on becoming this season? And I will say it's game one, so I'm not going to sit there and overreact over game one. Was it a disappointing loss? Absolutely. Did we see some of the same old habits that we seen from the team before? Absolutely. Can the team be better? Absolutely. Can they do more to get other guys involved, like a Nikola Vucevic, keep guys involved, like a Patrick Williams, make sure that the ball is evenly distributed amongst all the players that are starting and coming in and out of the game? Absolutely. But it is one game. I want to preference stats, but I will keep my eyes closely on this situation. How will they respond on tomorrow's game against Toronto? Then how do you respond on the second day of a back-to-back against the Detroit Pistons? How do you respond? How do you get guys involved? Does the offense look better? Because I tell you what, if you come out jacking 43s and you ain't making too many of them, it's pointless. That's going to be a problem. And if you have mismatches that you need to be taking advantage of, that's going to be a problem. So right now, we're going to pull it all out of the front. We're going to have our discussions like grown men, and that's exactly what they did. And then we will go from there. This can either make them or break them. This can be something that you can add on so you can go ahead and take a step upward and forward. Or you can stay in the mud, get down on yourself, and go out there and look like hot garbage in front of your fans every damn time. God damn, what's wrong with Chicago sports right now? God, it seemed like the Bears might be turning a corner, but y'all see the destruction over there too. Now we starting off with this stuff. We shall see. We shall see if we should become concerned. I am going to give it some time. I will give it a few games. But if after 25 games, the Chicago Bulls are still looking atrocious like last night, it's going to be a problem. And they will have growing pains. I want to acknowledge that. There will be some pains. But on the flip side of that, for a team that's now running its course for their third season, only with 2 additional guys coming in now that's going to see major minutes on the team, you should be better than this. That's the reality. Those are the facts. They should be better than this. So, in conclusion here, I will be keeping my eyes on this situation and see where it's going to go between Billy Donovan and Vooch, and then Vooch with his teammates, because we seen body language out there from Kobe White giving Vooch an open shot, Vooch not taking a shot, and Kobe White flailing his arms, getting down, bad body language, and then you got your star player coming out saying the team ain't play with no heart. Definitely things to watch out for. But hey, that's it for me today. Let me know if you're feeling like this is something or nothing down in the comment box below. If you want to call in and give your take on that disappointing loss last night, call in 773-242-9730. 9219, and we will have you on our mailbag episode. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one for sure.
Cognac. Gang.